Y'all ever heard anything so crazy that you was just like, man, I gotta go find out what that is? Y'all, please forgive my appearance. I'm cutting grass, but I was recently on a podcast and I heard the term on this podcast called Hospice Husbands. Never heard of Hospice Husbands before. And basically, what Hospice Husbands is when a man has been partying all his life and living on the streets, or not living on the streets, but just been partying and acting a fool, not taking care of his body, and then he wants to get married in his 50s and 60s, and he's so sick he really wants to get married because he doesn't want to die alone, and he wants his wife to take care of him, be his in-house nurse. And I started doing research on this, and a lot of brothers were upset about being called hospice husbands. But these same brothers, they were upset that Lisa Ray and Vivica A. Fox was saying in there, I think one is 57 and one is 60, that they still wanted the best at 57 and 60. And guys are saying, of course, oh man, these women, their best years have passed them by, blah 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 blah. They should have got married when they was fine and young and all of that type of stuff. And I hear the argument for that. But some of these same brothers are in the exact same condition and really worse. Vivica A. Fox and Lisa Ray, they take care of themselves. They look good for their ages. But when you got a big old pot belly and you on high blood pressure medications and statins and diabetes and all of this stuff because you won't take care of yourself, yet you still want that top queen, it's a little hypocritical. And so my job, what I do for a living, is I'm an insurance agent. And I would say 10 to 15% of my clients between 45 and 60, they have younger husbands. Not all of them, but about 10 to 15%. Because these cats out here, man, they not taking care of themselves. And I want to let you know, I'm gonna break this up into parts, but your sexual health really determines how healthy you are. And there's some really big key signs for this. You may have noticed when you were in your 30s and 40s, and you might have gone to look at about getting some life insurance, and the rates were low, and you were like, wow, these rates are super low, I can always go get some life insurance. And then when you turn 50, you're like, man, why did these rates go through the roof? That is because people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, when they're out here wilding out, it comes back on you in your 50s. I just learned this even being in the industry, that the reason that your rates go up in the 50s is because that's when a lot of people die from their previous lifestyles. A lot of times people just don't get out of their 50s. And so they get caught in there. Now, if you get past the 50s, rates kind of stabilize or whatever because people feel like you've made it across that 50 threshold. But really, 50 is like a desert. Man, it's a lot of people that pass away. If you think about some of your friends and family that have died, heart attacks, strokes, all of those types of things, think about their lifestyle and the fact that they didn't make it out of their 50s. So the part two, I'm going to talk about how your sexual health will determine, I can give you a hint that something is going on with the rest of your body. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings.